When you think of LA, you think of the glitz and glam of the Hollywood stars. Well, you won't be disappointed. Every destination we head to will have its own special connection to the Hollywood scene. Beautiful beaches, scenic parks, and ties to the film and entertainment industry. Welcome to Los Angeles, California, also known as Tinseltown. I'm Colleen Kelly, and this is Family Travel. On this fun-filled vacation, we'll try to strike it rich, put our toes in the sand, and get starstruck. All this and much more. My name is Colleen Kelly, and when I was single, I lived abroad and traveled the world. Then I became a parent and wondered, how would I ever travel again? So I set out to find a new way to travel and get back to exploring the world family style. I'm here to guide you on how to get the most out of your family vacation. Pack your bags and join me, Colleen Kelly. We're going on vacation. Funding provided by...
Parents say travel is educational. Kids just think it's fun. It's gotten me up close to dinosaurs, sharks, even real rockets. And that's pretty awesome. Family travel equals family fun. City Pass.
Los Angeles is known as the movie capital of the world, and it all comes alive at the TCL Theater. Once known as Grauman's Chinese Theater, the TCL Theater is home to many famous movie premieres. Some of the most influential actors and actresses of all time have stood in this very spot. You might even run into a celebrity, just like we did on our visit. At the very least, you could stand where they once stood. As you enter the courtyard of the theater, you can see famous footprints and handprints in the concrete floor. We joined the Solaris family from Menifee, California on their first visit to the TCL Theater. Searching for your favorite stars appeals to any age. To keep the kids interested, look for some famous characters that you might know, like Kermit the Frog or even Donald Duck. I even shared a fun activity of my own. All right, Chantel, you want to do something fun? Do you like to color? Okay, Dad, we're gonna do something fun here. It's a good 3-year-old activity, all right? Lay the white paper over the character's name, lightly shade around the area, and voila, you'll get your end result, a great souvenir to remember your trip to the TCL Theater. Just around the corner from the TCL Theater is the Hollywood Museum. The museum features 4 floors of breathtaking exhibits and is home to over 10,000 showbiz treasures, one-of-a-kind costumes, props, photographs, and personal artifacts from favorite films and TV shows. This museum has the most extensive collection of Hollywood memorabilia in the world. See hundreds of costumes on display, including Marilyn Monroe's $1 million dress, the Superman suit, High School Musical 3 costumes, plus Pee-wee's bike. I joined the Jones family from San Diego on an exclusive tour with the founder of the museum.
Welcome to the Hollywood Museum, located in the historic Max Factor building where all the movie stars got their looks from once upon a time. So follow me, let me show you the first great room, the Blondes Only room. Come on. We're here in the world-famous Max Factor Blondes Only room. This is where Max Factor made Marilyn Monroe a blonde. You know, she was born a blonde, but by the time she was a teenager, her hair turned medium to dark brown, and so Max Factor recreated that lovely color and, in fact, heightened it so it would look fabulous on film.
Perhaps Marilyn didn't like us in her room giving away all her secrets, because while we were there, our equipment went haywire. Rumor has it she still haunts the Max Factor building. So we headed out of Marilyn's room and towards the others. Our second half of the tour continued with the museum curator. The kids got to see memorabilia from movies they knew well.
One of the most popular exhibits at the museum is Star Wars. Right here in front of us, 1980. It's hard to believe it's been that many years. Still popular, these same characters, these same figures. Which one's your favorite?
Yoda.
Yes, good one.
Han Solo.
R2-D2.
Yes, of course.
I'm with you, Han Solo.
Darth Vader.
So where'd you get the props from?
It's a great question. The museum is filled with things from the movies. These props and all the things from the movies come from private collections. They come from the movie studios. They lend us things. The museum has a lot of things that we also have in our archives. It's High School Musical. It's High School Musical 3, the senior year.
So when did you get the dresses?
We got this collection really right after the musical was finished, after the film from Disney.
The exact ones.
The exact ones.
The Hollywood Museum is a must-see attraction for movie buffs, young and old. Situated in Griffith Park, one of the largest urban parks in North America, the observatory boasts one of the most gorgeous panoramics of Los Angeles. I hope you have your cameras ready, because Griffith Park has one of the best views of the iconic Hollywood sign. The view from Griffith Observatory is beautiful during the day. My friend Kimberly and her nephews met me at the observatory to get a bird's eye view of Los Angeles. And what a better way to get to the top than to take a hike.
Oh. Okay, you won.
We arranged to meet Daniel, a volunteer from the Los Angeles Sidewalk Astronomers, who showed us what we were seeing during the day from the hills of the Griffith Observatory.
Hi, Daniel. Thanks
Hi.
for meeting us here.
Hi.
We're so excited. This is so beautiful.
Well, we're
Oh my-
in Griffith Park, and a guy named Griffith, back in the 1800s, he owned this land, and he said a great city needs a great park, so he donated it to Los Angeles. We have, over here is Los Feliz area, and I think you can see Glendale over there. Looking this way, we have downtown, and then over there is the Hollywood sign.
It's right there. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's beautiful. So what's your favorite view?
The Hollywood sign.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. What about you?
I think I like downtown LA.
Yeah, you can see all of it from here, which is neat. I was surprised.
While the kids took turns using Daniel's binoculars, I learned more about an evening activity that takes place at the observatory.
Once a month, they have star parties on Saturday nights, and it varies because of the moon. We want to have a nice moon for the star parties. And amateur astronomers come up here, and there'll be 20 or 30 telescopes, and it's free, and people can go around and look through the telescopes, go into the observatory and see the exhibits in the observatory. But you get to see astronomical objects. You get to see Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, Venus.
So LA is not just beautiful during the day, but it's beautiful at night too.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Also located in Griffith Park is the Autry Museum that is named after the famous performer Gene Autry, known best for his work as a singing cowboy on the radio, in movies, and on TV. The Autry Museum celebrates the Wild West that Gene Autry portrayed in his work on the big screen. Kids can explore the exhibits, ride like the wind, and try to strike it rich. At the Autry Museum, children will have a hands-on experience learning about the California Gold Rush.
All right, so I'm gonna help you find gold today, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop up some sand. Now, what do you think's heavier, the gold or the sand? All right, gold,
Sand.
very good. Actually, the gold's heavier. So you'll see why in just a second. Okay, so I'm gonna tilt the pan, move it in a circle to get all that sand out, okay? And if you're really lucky, gold is gonna be waiting for you at the bottom.
Oh, those
Okay.
are big pieces.
They are big pieces.
I want earrings out of that.
All moms want earrings out of that.
That's pretty
right?
cool, huh? So you guys want to try it? All right. So you want to scoop up some sand?
Want me to help you?
Okay, we just put sand in here like this, right?
Yep.
And then we
And we
do
move
circles.
it around. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll help you guys if you need some help.
How did the gold rush start?
It's a good question. So in 1848, there was a man in California named James Marshall. He was actually working on a sawmill. And the sawmills back then had to be located near water because water is actually how the sawmills were powered. So James Marshall was walking around the river where the sawmill was being built. He looked down at the water, much like you guys are doing right now, and spotted a rock that he'd never seen before. That piece of rock was called gold. And soon, the news spread all the way to the East Coast. And James K. Polk, the president back in 1849, told everybody about it. People started coming out here, and they were actually called 49ers. It's why we have a football team in San Francisco called the San Francisco 49ers.
49ers, now I get it.
I think I found.
I think you found, so you already found some. Very good. That's awesome. Do you know what we say when you find gold?
No.
You don't? All right, well, there's actually a word. It's eureka. It's Greek for I found it.
Is that all because of the gold rush?
It's all because of the gold rush. The gold rush was so important to California, we actually became a state 1 year after the gold rush started.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Eureka is California's state motto.
Eureka!
Northwest of the Autry Museum is Travel Town, an outdoor museum in Griffith Park, dedicated to educating visitors about railroad history in the Los Angeles area.
All aboard!
The demand for the West Coast railroads was largely in part due to the California Gold Rush that began in the mid-1800s, driving gold seekers west of the Mississippi. Travel Town Museum opened in 1952 and housed retired steam engines and unique old railroad cars. Today, there is a variety of locomotives, passenger cars, cabooses, and much more. I met Nancy Niner to learn more about Travel Town.
So tell me a little bit more about Travel Town.
Well, Travel Town is a wonderful museum here in the middle of Los Angeles, this busy city, but it's set in beautiful Griffith Park. So it's a very park-like environment, but it's a museum where you can come and learn about trains and the history of Los Angeles and California.
And there's a lot of history with trains in California,
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Trains were the reasons people actually came to California. The city of Los Angeles was founded based on the railroad lines that were here. A lot of other cities have ports. Los Angeles had the railroads. And of course, there's the gold rush. Everybody came here in order to make money, and they wanted to come, and the gold rush was the reason that people settled in Los Angeles. Trains made that all possible, and that's part of the message that our Travel Town Museum Foundation tries to get to all the people that come to visit Los Angeles. Just learn a little bit more about that American history.
So what can tourists do to learn more about California and the railroads?
Well, when you come to Travel Town, you can take a self-guided tour and walk around the beautiful artifacts and study them yourself. You can also go on a train ride that we have here at the museum. Take a look at that. We offer tours that our museum foundation gives once a month or twice a month. You can come out and do that. And you can also stop in our gift shop and pick up some books and learn some great history that way.
And it's free.
It is free.
I think it's wonderful that you're keeping the history of railroads alive for families. It's fantastic.
Excellent. All aboard.
Okay.
The whole family will enjoy their vintage train ride, along with the 1 mile stretch of railroad. The train travels over several bridges and through an 80-foot tunnel. Travel Town, a hidden gem in Los Angeles for train enthusiasts of every age. Kids love the Santa Monica Pier with its 5-story roller coaster and 9-story Ferris wheel. The oceanfront walk extends south from the pier and is lined with shops and restaurants. Back on the Beach Cafe is part of Annenberg Community Beach House, a public facility located on 5 acres of oceanfront property. With spectacular views, there's something for everyone to enjoy. Back on the Beach Cafe offers local and seasonal cuisine with breathtaking views. The cafe is certified as a green business by the city of Santa Monica.
There's nothing like having lunch with your feet in the sand.
I met with owner Fred Denny to learn more about the beach house and the connection to the restaurant.
Good. Really good. This place is so beautiful. Yet it also has history. Tell me about the history of this place.
It has a wonderful history. It was originally the beach house for William Randolph Hearst and Marion Davies, where they, celebrities came and were entertained with the pool and the wonderful 110-room house. It was a beautiful place and had a lively environment. And we tried to keep it alive. We even have the Marion Davies salad, which we named after her.
Everything tastes so fresh here. How's this? What's this you're eating right here?
These are fish tacos.
Oh, I love fish tacos.
They're made with an Atlantic cod, which is eco-friendly. It's line caught. It's not net caught, which makes it eco-friendly.
Back on the Beach Cafe and the Annenberg Community Beach House are very close to Perry's Bike Rentals. Perry's Cafe and Rentals offer a legendary tour which points out classic sites throughout the area, including Muscle Beach, the Boardwalk, and the Venice Canals. I arranged for my cousin Liz, her daughter, and niece to take a bike tour to learn more about the many Hollywood connections in the area.
Here we are in the heart and soul of Venice, Windward Avenue. This is where the action is. If there's anything going on, it's right here at Windward Avenue. Sometimes there's a concert, sometimes they're shooting a commercial, a movie. Anything that's happening, it's happening right here at Windward. This used to be a swamp, and a guy named Abbott Kinney came to town. He had traveled all over the world. His favorite place was Venice, Italy. He said, I can create Venice here, you know, on my own. It's something he really wanted to do, and it was already a swamp. All he had to do was dredge it, and he did. And he created about 15 miles of canals. He brought in gondoliers from Venice. They sold lots for $2,700, more than they were going for in Beverly Hills at the time. Built a breakwater and a pier out there. The Chicago Symphony Orchestra came and played. It was a really big deal. January 4th, 1906.
What's over there?
Well, a couple years back, they created a skate park for the skateboarders, kind of keep them off our bike path. There's actually a recreation of an empty swimming pool, because in the late 70s, we had a drought here on the West Coast, and people would empty their swimming pools. These kids would find out who wasn't home, climb the fence, and skate in their swimming pool. You can see there's quite a crowd today, because any sunny day down at the beach, people are out on their bikes, skateboards, and roller skates. Leo DiCaprio, Nicolas Cage, Angelina Jolie, and Brad Pitt lived just down there a little bit. We saw her one morning, smiled and waved to us. It's a very peaceful little area in here. We got two major boulevards, Venice and Washington, but in between, calm and quiet with a nice ocean breeze. So it's a very exclusive neighborhood.
A bike tour along the beach is a wonderful way to take in the sights and learn about the history of the area. And even if you can't catch a glimpse of a Hollywood celebrity, you can get some exercise and enjoy a wonderful family outing.
We had a really great time. It was great being out with the girls, with the fresh air and in the ocean. We really enjoyed it today. I recommend it to everybody.
Our next stop involves a behind-the-scenes look at movies and TV shows at Universal Studios Hollywood. At Universal Studios Hollywood, families can get an up-close look at how movies are made. Lights, camera, action. Here at Universal Studios, we join visitors on a VIP experience, where you can get a chance of a lifetime to go on a behind-the-scenes look at TV shows and movie sets. It's a day you'll never forget.
All right, guys, welcome to the VIP experience here at Universal Studios Hollywood. You guys excited to be on the tour?
Yeah.
You guys look so excited. Now, what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take you into the real working movie studio of Universal Studios Hollywood. And one of the cool things about the VIP experience is the fact that we actually get out, walk around, and visit different areas of the lot. We're gonna see things on the VIP experience that regular guests do not get to see. They shot a movie here called Pirates of the Caribbean. 1, 2, 3, all 4 of the movies were actually shot here.
Really?
And right now, working on our lot today, they're filming a TV show called The Voice. Have you guys ever heard of The Voice? All right, guys, so the first thing we're gonna do on the VIP experience, we're actually gonna get out and we're gonna visit our front lot where we house our sound stages. We also do a thing called post-production work here. We're gonna show you how we mix together all the elements of sound. So why don't you follow me? Let's go take a look. All right, guys, so this is our dubbing floor. This is where we put together all the elements of sound that we have in our movies. And in fact, this is where we put together all the big features here at Universal Studios Hollywood. This is where the producers and the directors actually get to sit. So why don't you guys go ahead and take a seat, relax.
Okay.
So what you see right here, this is what we call a Harrison console. This can mix together up to 520 elements of sound at any given moment in a movie or TV show. We have volume up, volume down, right, left, what we call treble and bass, and then we start to go around from each speaker as we go all the way around the room. Now, How many of you guys have seen the movie Jaws or heard the movie Jaws? You guys remember it? It's a great film. As they're talking about the shark, the boat swaying in the water, you hear the waves crashing, you hear the creaking of the boat as it shifts back and forth. That's the Foley work, the sound effects. And before you see anything on the screen, you hear that dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Those are the elements that we're putting together inside of this room. Now, when they're watching it, they'll keep track of the hour, the minute, the second, and the frame of film. 24 frames per second, high definitions, 30 frames per second. We're even working on being able to do more frames per second as we go through and technology gets bigger.
Who famous has been in this room?
We've had a lot of famous directors and producers here. In fact, Steven Spielberg was here working on his movies, as well as all the Fast and the Furious films they've actually worked on inside of this room. So let's do this. Now we showed you a little bit about our post-production. Let's work our way backwards, and let's go visit one of the sound stages where they filmed the television show Parenthood. Right now, we're inside of our soundstage 44. This is for a television show called Parenthood. And one of the great things about being on a VIP experience here at Universal Studios Hollywood is we actually get to get up close to the set itself. Now, this is the grandparents' house. This is Zeke and Camille's house. Come over here, guys. I want you to come up to the wall and give a little knock to the wall. As you can tell, it's all made out of plastic. Sophia, give a little knock to the wall there.
Wow.
Now, did that look like it was made out of plastic? No, it's all made of plastic. Whoa. In fact, we're going to take you inside the house.
We can just go inside here?
Absolutely. Let's take a look. Now, as we walk inside, we take a look. What's the first thing you notice? What's missing from the house? Anybody?
I think I know.
Oh,
she
what?
knows.
Sophia? The doors, yeah, there are no doors inside the house. The only doors that we have are the doors going to the outside. And the reason for that is, well, we have to get the cameras through. So that way the cameras can move through a little easier. What else do you notice missing from the house?
Oh.
How about looking up?
I was just going to say that.
The ceiling. Yeah, there's no ceiling. And that's for two reasons. One, sound is an issue. If you have a ceiling, the sound would bounce up, come right back down. When they're filming here, it's very, very hot on set. So what they do is they pump in a lot of very cold air. As much cold air as they can. When they're getting ready for filming, they cut. They cut the air off, they get ready, they start the filming, and they can film as long as they can until they start to see the first few beads of sweat on the actor's face. And then they cut, and then they actually will start pumping in more cold air afterwards. The lights that we have in the house, like these lights here, are simply not bright enough to light scenes for movies or TV shows. So you have to have these bigger, these brighter lights. That's why above us we have all those lights. And take a look around. Again, you'll notice no doors are inside the house. The only doors are the doors going to the outside. Now, when they're filming here, they want to make sure the cameras can move in and out of the room as easily as possible. Well, sometimes these can be in the way. No problem, we can fix that. Watch this. Ready?
Yeah.
We just take this right out.
After learning the tricks of Hollywood, we headed off to our next stop on our VIP experience.
We're going to take you guys over to our properties department. Inside this building, we house close to 2 million props. Now, a prop, you guys know this, anything the actors can pick up or touch, right? It could be as small as a paperclip, as large as a grand piano. And we're going to show you a few of those today. And we're actually going to get out. We're going to go visit our properties department on the tour. All right.
Here at the properties department, we found everything you could think of. From costumes to salt and pepper shakers, millions of phones, and even E.T.
All the Egyptian Asian pieces here are from the Mummy movies. And these ladies right here are actually from the Fast and the Furious films. All right, well, right over here, we have some of our food. We have cakes down here in the bottom. We have some wedding cakes up on top, and ooh, we have some sushi.
Oh, I'm starving. I had sushi the other day. This looks so real. I mean, this looks like real food. But look at the cakes. What do you think of the cakes? Do they look real to you? Yeah? Which one's your favorite one over there?
And this one too.
You can make phone calls. And this is a burger. This is a phone. That's also a burger. And look, everything here has a barcode on it. So when they want to use it on a set for a movie or a TV show, they'll scan the barcode and then they can rent it for as long as they need it.
So they have to pay for this?
They have to pay for it.
Oh,
Every piece they have to pay for. You like this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to show you something else too. Come take a look at this. Now this is an antique. This has actually been here since the 1930s. Now this, oh God! Oh. As you can tell, not everything in Hollywood is real. A lot of what you see is fake. This was actually used in the Mummy movies. Now, there was a scene where there was a big earthquake, and this would fall, and we didn't want it to hurt anybody when it hits them on the head.
Oh, that's how you do.
Now, Carlos, I want you to pretend like it's really, really heavy, okay? It's like 10,000 pounds. You can barely hold it. Do you think you can do that? Okay, I'm gonna hand it to you. It's really heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. Oh my gosh, you're falling under the weight. Oh, no, I'm gonna help you. Oh. So we have some of these pieces here. These are just made out of foam, rubber. Really
Can we touch
easy
it?
for us. Absolutely.
All right, that's cool.
Here.
You really scared me, you know.
Did I get you?
Yeah, you totally
that
did.
That was good.
After learning about the different props, the grand finale of the tour was a stop at the clock tower from the film Back to the Future. There we pretended to be actors and directors in our own movie. Such a memorable trip. We found some gold, learned about the stars, got some exercise, and had a special behind-the-scenes look. Thanks, Hollywood. That's a wrap. Funding provided by...
Kids think travel's all about fun, but parents know it broadens horizons, introduces kids to new cultures, and makes lasting memories. And that's pretty awesome. Family travel equals family fun. City Pass.
For more information on upcoming destinations and projects, visit familytravelck.com. Follow us on Twitter and find us on Facebook. We'd love to hear from you.